Right, let's all.
Hi guys, welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to go through the chords and rhythm from Riverman by Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. I've already whipped through the solo to this one, so yeah, it's just kind of finishing off the song. There's a few different versions of lessons on the YouTubes, and there's a few different versions of chord charts as well. So I think what I've done is right. I've done quite a lot of studying of his live stuff, so lots of watching and listening to see. So hopefully I've got all the chords right. Obviously, yeah. That's the main aim. Capo 8th fret for this one. Really cool song. I'm on a massive Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds kind of trip at the moment, so probably more of that to come. But anyway, so not too many different bits of this song, and the main bulk of the riff, the main bulk of the song is one riff. So the next thing you're going to hear is me playing that riff. I'm going to play through that, teach you that, and then I'm going to do the chorus. Play it and then teach you that, and then I'll go through the structure of the song. So it shouldn't be too bad, this one. It's a really cool song to play. If you can do it with the solo as well, that's really cool. But as I mentioned in the solo video, it's quite difficult to play the solo properly with capo 8th fret. So when they do it live, Noel Gallagher plays capo 8th fret and does the strummy bits, and the other guitar player plays capo 1st fret. As I said before, I think now it's Jem Archer, but it used to be someone else. But anyway, I digress slightly. So yeah, put your capos on and get ready to do some really cool Noel Gallagher High Flying Bird stuff. So let's go. Okay, so that was me playing through the first little bit of Riverman. This is actually a huge chunk of the song, so I'll talk about the structure a little bit later, so let's just go through it. Now, first couple of notes. You can do it as just a normal A minor chord, okay, but I've watched him live, and basically I just looked at his hand because it was really hard to tell using my ears, but he is not, it doesn't look like he's got his ring finger down most of the time. Sometimes you can't tell, but when you can, he doesn't have it down. He has it very close though, like there. So rather than me, I splay my fingers, but he doesn't. So I'm pretty sure it's an A minor 7 live, so I assume that's what he's doing on the record. But it does work with an A minor shape. But I don't think it sounds as good, so I'm going with that. So that capo 8th fret, as I said in the intro. Then my first finger is going to be on the B string, what is now the 1st fret, and my middle finger is going to be on the D string, what is now the 2nd fret. So that's an A minor 7 shape effectively, but because we've got the capo on, obviously it becomes an F minor 7. 2 down strums there. Then I'm going to take the shape and I'm just going to move it along 2 frets. So I've now got first finger B string, what is 3rd fret, and then my middle finger on D string, what is 4th fret now. Which is, I've called this an A7 sus4 add 6, because those are the notes that are basically within that chord shape. You could call it a couple of other chords, but that's what I called it, worked in my brain basically. So rhythmically here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's right, let me just read. Up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Like that. Okay, that's it more at tempo. So all together we go down, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Probably one of those ones that's easier to just hear and play along, but that's what I'm doing. So down, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so that's the rhythm. Yeah, I mean that's a huge chunk of the song, is just those 2 chords. As I said, I'll talk about the structure in a sec, but yeah, so that's basically part 1. The next thing you'll hear me do is part 2. Then I'll go through, once I've gone through that, there is a very small bit that I've tabbed out that I will also go through for you, but it's not quite necessary. So next thing you'll hear though will be me playing through what is effectively the chorus. Okay, so that was the chorus. Again, a couple of different ways I've seen this written out and people doing lessons on the YouTubes. This seems to be right for me. Again, I have to admit I've studied a lot of his live stuff, and so this is how he does it live. So you've got to assume that he's going to do it right? Anyway, so the rhythm I'm doing there is the rhythm as on the album version. You can definitely add more strums in, but this will give you a little basis of the strumming pattern, and it will work really nicely. So first shape I'm going to call F major 7, because really I'm just playing first fret on the B, second fret on the G, and third fret on the D. I'm not really deliberately playing the open E, but I'm not worrying too much about it. I'm really concentrating on just strumming those 3 strings I'm holding down. Rhythmically I'm going to go down, down, and then I'm going to do up, down, and then I'm going to do a down, up as I change chord. That down, up at the end is just as I change chord. So if I try and do it slowly, 3, 4... It's got that kind of a feel, okay? From there, classic move this. Where'd you go from F? You go to C. So same rhythm again, just a normal C shape. He doesn't put his pinky on. It's again, when you see him play it live, you can see that for sure. Cool, this next chord is a little contentious. A lot of people call it an E7, and that sounds fine. But when he's doing it live, it looks like an E to me, and I prefer the sound of that. But feel free to do an E7 if you prefer it, because I'd happily accept that argument. That it's an E7, but I'm going to do it as just a normal E. So same strumming pattern again. Then I'm going to go from an A minor, down, down, and I'm going to do a quick down up as I change chord. Now he plays his F really just like that, and he actually keeps his first finger down because he only is playing those top 3 or 4 strings. He's not worrying about these high strings particularly, so it looks like he's just getting that on basically. I prefer to play it like that up here, so just a normal G shape, but that's how he does it live. So that's going to be so down, 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 up, so like that, okay? And that's obviously you can hear that I'm moving a little quicker between those 2 chords than every other move. Same thing again, so it's F, C, E, or E7, A minor to G. Now this is one, to me, I just assumed it was this D shape when I first started playing, and I didn't realise that people had it tabbed differently. But you can see again when he plays it live, it's a D shape. It's a D5 shape. He doesn't bother putting his finger on the bottom string. He just deadens it. But that's what he plays live. So we can assume that's right. I'm going to do the same rhythm as I've done before. That down, down, and that pause with an up, down, and then that down, up as I change chord. Then I'm going to hit the F, that F major 7 shape once, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, and then we're on to the next bit. And again, we could play that as an E7 if you prefer, but I don't, so I don't. Yeah, that's it really. So the main thing there is just getting that nice kind of spacious rhythm. We're not strumming a lot. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Yeah, so that's it really. That's the verse. So what we'll do next is we'll go through the structure, and then I'll play through another little bit that I've tabbed out for you. Okay, cool. I found the tab I was looking for. Yeah, there was a cut there that I wasn't expecting because I suddenly realised I didn't know where the tab that I'd written out was. Anyway, so let's go through the structure. I've got it all written down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 8 times of that first riff, which is that A minor 7, and then we move it up 2 frets. Okay, so we do 8 times, that's the intro. Then we do 16 more times of that same riff is the verse. Then we do the chorus, basically just as I played it through. And then you've got, yeah, just the chorus as I've played it through. Then I've got times 4, which I assume is just after the chorus. I haven't written. Then times 12 is the solo, I know that much. Then it's the breakdown bit, which is the tab I'm going to go through in a second. Okay, so it's 8, 16, chorus, 4, 12, then the breakdowny bit. Then we've got 4 times more through that riff there, before we hit 16 more times for the second verse. And then we're going to do the chorus, but we do a double chorus. And by that I mean we do that first sequence, F, C, E, A minor, G. We do that 4 times. And then once we've done that 4 times, we go to that D5 shape. Then we go F, E. And then at the end of the song we do 12 more of that shape, Okay, then we've got 8 more, which is a sax solo. And that's it. That's the end of the song then. Yeah, sorry, I've written something else, but I can't read what it is, but it's definitely the end. I think it just says it's the end of the song, Paul. So it's basically mostly this riff. I mean, yeah, it's just a ridiculous amount of that riff. So 8, 16, chorus, 4, 12, breakdown we'll do in a sec, 4, 16, chorus twice, 12, which is kind of a bit of guitar solo, but kind of a breakdowny bit, and then 8 more of sax solo, and then it ends the song on that shape. Okay, cool. So that's the structure of the song, pretty simple. So let's just play through this final little bit. Okay, so that was on the record. That's what they do after the solo, before the riff comes back in. When he does it live, he improvs it, so you can use this as a basis for the rest of your ideas. It's based around those 2 shapes anyway. So what we do, open A string, then we're going to pick the D string, then the E string. Then we move the shape up, we're going to pick A, D and B. Then we move back, and this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. We're going to go A, D, B, G. Then I'm going to put my finger on the 2nd fret E, then E again, but open, then B, G. Okay, so that final bit was going to be... It's hard to hear all of that just if you're listening to it normally, but if you slow it down, get your headphones on and turn it up, you can hear it. And he does that twice, just exactly the same twice. As I said, you could improv that and just... yeah, so say he does that riff twice. So yeah, just something to have a little bit of fun with, and that's that little breakdowny bit straight after the solo before we come back in with the main riff. So, to recap, it's basically just that main 2 chord sequence over and over again, with a little bit of a chorus thrown in, and I threw in that little bit of tab to make it so there's a bit more to do on it, make it a little bit trickier, and that's it. So next thing you'll see will be me wrapping up the video. Awesome, hope you enjoyed it. Cool, okay, so there you go, that was the song. Hopefully that will make sense to you. Structurally, it's pretty simple. As I said right at the start, there's really only kind of 2 bits to it, really. So it's a nice one to go through, a nice one to play. Yeah, I really love this song, really digging it at the moment. Do my usual spiel that I do at the end of these videos. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like the video, please like the video. If you would like to comment on it, that would really help as well. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Again, it really helps. And I do have a Patreon, so if you are able to help me further, then I'd really appreciate that. So that would be great, and head over there and have a look. And as for me, I think I'm going to do some more Oasis or Noel Gallagher's High Flying Bird stuff, so that will probably be coming up. I've also just started doing a top 100 riffs, so I'm going to try each week to get out a short, quick video, not quite as in-depth as this, going through some of the top riffs. So yeah, check those out as well. But I'll be back soon for some more cool guitar stuff. I can't talk. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.